But let's now move into the aviation sector because we are following two recent developments in Ghana's aviation space. The first is that South Africa Airways will resume its scheduled flights to Accra and some parts of Africa from the 23rd of September. Also, the second development that we are following is a revision of Ghana's COVID-19 guidelines for Kotoka International Airport, which requires airlines to verify the QR code before boarding. Let's bring in aviation expert Sean Mendes on these trends. Sean, we're so grateful that you joined us. Let's start with South Africa Airways resuming flights. What do you make of the timing?
Well, I think, if people have been following the South African Airways saga, the government of South Africa has been trying over the last 2 years, essentially, to restructure the airline somehow. And they seem to have gotten a private sector partner now, which they're about to finalize an investment agreement with. So, if they want to make a run of it, they obviously need to restart. And I think the routes that they have selected to restart with, which are domestically to Cape Town, as well as to Harare, Lusaka, Maputo, Kinshasa, and importantly for them, Accra, are a very interesting set of routes, which they hope will give them immediate returns and the ability to generate traffic and profits from there pretty quickly.
Great. And of course, we shall show our viewers some graphics to this effect. But Sean, tell us about the needed buffers that the South Africa Airways must create to offset any risks of losses moving forward.
Well, I think specifically with the Accra route, South African Airways has had a strategic partnership with Africa World Airlines for the last 3.5 years. And, the choice of Accra really shows the confidence that South African Airways, and in fact, a lot of other airlines have also shown in Ghana's development as the gateway to the West African region. Rather than going into a market like Lagos, which may be larger, they believe that Accra is a more stable market and that the partnership with the Ghanaian carrier in AWA is able for Accra to serve as the hub to not just serve the Ghana market, which is large. I mean, the Ghana market is 100 and something thousand passengers a year to South Africa, so that is large in itself. But on top of that, they will be connecting passengers to and from Lagos, Abuja, Freetown, Monrovia, and so forth. And that just shows that Accra's position as the hub has really solidified now in terms of the choice of other airlines using Accra as their gateway to the entire West African region, ahead of larger airports in Nigeria and so forth.
Great. We do know that South Africa is a huge market in Africa. And of course, how does this complement Ghana and the continental free trade?
Well, I think the Continental Free Trade Agreement is a big deal for this. The Secretariat is in Accra, and as I mentioned, there were over 100,000 passengers a year between Ghana and South Africa. That number is only going to increase with the Continental Free Trade Agreement. Ghana is a growing economy, and it is importantly a stable economy. It is a lot easier to do business in Ghana than it is in Nigeria or other parts of the region right now. And that is all the things which go into play when a company like South African Airways is picking the best markets, essentially, which they can begin their operations into, because they're not really that confident of going into everything in one big bang shot. They're only coming back with 4 aircraft, I believe, and 6 routes. So it's a big compliment to Ghana and to Airports Company, GCA, and the officials who've been able to help Ghana's aviation market rebound well in the post-COVID era.
So, Sean, let's now talk about the Kotoka International Airport, the COVID-19 revision, which requires that airlines must verify the QR codes before boarding. How does this leverage our current protocols?
Well, I think it's actually a very good thing. If you recall, a few months ago, when we had this similar discussion, we discussed the importance and the need in the future of trusted traveler and travel pass programs coming out, which will need to be adopted in due course. And I think this is one of the steps which is being taken towards that end. The African Union Trusted Traveler Program, or PANABEOS, it's a very simple system to use. There are a number of labs. I think most of the major labs in Ghana are already on the system. So when you go to the lab and get your COVID test done, your report automatically comes with a QR code on it that when you scan it, it immediately says this is a genuine test and this person has tested negative. if you go to a lab outside of Ghana, for example, say in the UAE, where there isn't someone who's registered on the Trusted Traveler program, you just have to scan your test, which you receive from those labs, and upload it to this website. And usually within a few minutes, you'll get a QR code back from the website. And now that QR code is what the airlines need to check prior to allowing the passenger to board. So you don't have people arriving in Ghana with outdated tests or with fake tests or modified tests or something like that. So it's a very good step. And, we're going to see more and more technological developments like this try to make the process a lot easier and remove, the possibility of fraud and manual error from the, from the likelihood of passengers bringing in COVID.
Exactly, and we'll see how that pans out. Shawn Mendes, we're grateful that he joined us. He's an aviation expert helping us understand the recent trends in Ghana's aviation space.